Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the Gimme More highlighter palette by Colourpop. So this launched with the Yes Please eyeshadow palette, which I had a first impressions on in my previous video. So now what had happened was I had filmed both the videos together and somehow the footage of this one got deleted and I'm traveling. So this is the situation right now. I just have my camera propped on here and I thought I'll just really quickly refilm the whole thing so I could save the swatches, but the demo and the review part, like the first impressions part, got deleted somehow. So here we are and let's get started. So before we jump into the swatches, this highlighter palette consists of 6 highlighter shades. Um, you have extra, upgrade and bottomless, and then you have full service, bigger and better, and total package. So these are the 6 shades, and this palette retails for $18. And just like the Yes Please palette, this also looks very similar to a popular palette, which is the glow kit that came out, the Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero glow kit that had come out recently. So lucky for me, once again I did not pick that one up. And this one was like a gamble, I thought, why not just try it out. I saw a few swatches of this guy before picking it up, so they didn't seem all that shimmery. So I prefer a subtle glow than extremely shimmery highlights. So that's why I went for this one. Let's jump into the swatches and we'll come back and talk more. So those were the swatches, guys, and so like I mentioned earlier, this palette looks similar to the Anastasia glow kit in collab with Nicole Guerrero. So the couple of things that I can say is the placement of the pans is a little different. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in her palette this lighter shades were on the bottom row and stuff like that. There's a little bit of difference, and obviously the price of the Colourpop palette is much less as compared to the Anastasia glow kit. Granted that we do get a little less quantity in this palette as compared to the Anastasia glow kit, but I am still okay with that. For the price, I think it's really good. I had used the Colourpop Topaz palette. That was their first press powder that they had come with. So it had a bronzer and a highlighter for $15, and this whole thing is for $18. You get 6 highlighters, so that's incredible. So I am really happy. So what I have done today is I have used this highlighter right here, bigger and better, the one on the bottom row. Yeah, this is what I have popped on my cheeks, and for my inner corner and my brow bone I have used this highlighter on the top row, which is the shade Upgrade. So that's what I have done today, and I have used some of the other shades. And of all the shades, I think this orange shade is the one that I don't see myself using on my cheekbones. Even this pink, you can pass it off. Like, I have mixed it with I think one of these shades and used it on my cheekbone, but this one is somehow doesn't look very good on me. So I'm pretty sure that I won't be using this on my cheeks, but maybe on my eyelids or inner corners. And I think all the 6 shades are beautiful. It's just up to you what you do with it. One other thing that I liked about this is when I had seen reviews of the Anastasia glow kit, I had seen that it wasn't very finely milled, and if the products aren't that finely milled, then they look very powdery and shimmery on your skin, and so that just accentuates the texture on your skin, and I do have a lot of texture on my skin, so I didn't want that, and that was one of the reasons why I never bought that palette. So in case of this, I do feel that it is not that bad. Like, if you see the demo, and it just gives a very subtle glow. If you want to amp up the glow, you can always use your a setting spray or something. I just didn't do anything of that sort today because I wanted you guys to see how it looks just as it is, without any kind of liquid highlighter below it, or any kind of setting spray or anything like that. I just wanted you to see how it looks without any of those things that help amp up a highlight. This palette does come with a sleeve, which I unfortunately didn't get. It comes with a nice neon orange sleeve, something of on the lines of the orange shade of this artwork. So I didn't get that. A lot of people who got their palettes after me did get that. So I didn't get that, but I'm still happy with the palette. I think it's pretty good. So now we're done with all the good stuff. So a couple of things that I had an issue with both the palettes. So one small thing that I had an issue with was that it took a really long time to ship the package out. I hope they fix that. It could be something to do with their logistics or whatever. I don't know. It's fairly slower than it used to be. Maybe they have a lot, sheer volume of orders must be very high. For whatever reason, I seem to see that it takes a longer time now for the packages to reach as compared to earlier, before summer. Whatever I had picked up earlier in the fall and winter, those packages came pretty fast, and now in this summer launch, as well as couple of collabs that came in between, like the I Love Sarai and then these palettes, everything took a little longer than it used to earlier. Still, it's much better than a lot of other brands. They did have that benchmark that they themselves had set, that they used to ship very quickly. So that was not there with this launch. So I just hope they fix that for future launches. And other thing is, the palette looks very cute, yes, with the white kind of packaging. But the problem is it does get dirty. Like maybe the highlighter palette will not get dirty, but I have used the Yes Please palette like anything. So this was my Yes Please palette, yes, and this did come with a sleeve, but the highlighter one did not. So I've used this palette for a couple of weeks now, and this palette is already extremely dirty. So if you are, if that is an issue with you, maybe you could steer clear of these palettes. But the product is really good, like both the eyeshadow palette as well as the highlighter palette. Now the only good thing is the highlighter palette may not get as dirty as the eyeshadow palette, hopefully. So I'm still hoping to play around a little more and maybe update you guys, and you guys can see fancier swatches on my social media. So all in all, I think it's a decent buy. If you're a highlighter junkie and you did not pick up the Anastasia Glow Kit, like the recent one, so then this one you should add to your collection. If you already picked it up during the first launch, do let me know in the comments whether you liked it or not. That is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And please excuse me for this messy situation today, because I'll be traveling for a couple of weeks. So till I get back home, we are stuck in this hotel room situation. So bear with me for that, guys. Make sure you follow me on all my social media. It's Pammyscorner on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. So I'll play around more with this palette and maybe, post updates over there and fancier swatches, obviously. So make sure you don't miss out on that. And so if you haven't watched my previous video, which was about this eyeshadow palette, make sure you click the link that comes on the end card, or I'll leave a link for you in the description so you can check this review out as well. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.